Morning, friends. It's a rainy, kind of yucky day here in Ormond, and also Facebook is not letting me rotate and film the way I normally do. So, we roll with the punches here. But what I wanted to talk about this week is this concept of blame. It's a very seductive and compelling idea to kind of figure out who's to blame for whatever we find troubling. So, I'll speak from my context as a person who works for and believes very strongly in the idea of church or, spiritual community, a second family, a chosen family that's, a space outside of the normal functionings of the world and living by rules that are based in love instead of based in the world's transactionalism. So for me, when I see examples that don't fit that description, I want to blame people. I want to find the root of the problem and root it out. And that's just a stand-in issue, right? Whatever issues are frustrating to you and create that desire to want to find the guilty party and point fingers. And the thing that happens when we do that is we become like what we hate. So the more we try to cast blame, the less we're looking at ourselves or what is possible. It's really just a paralyzing, futile effort. It gets us nowhere. And I think so often, if I think about the scriptures, if I think about Jesus, every time they tried to trap him into sort of casting blame or into pointing fingers or whatever other theological puzzles and runarounds, so often his effort was to sort of say, look at yourself. You're so hungry to know who's best and who's worst and what the rank is and what's the file and what's the, And it's hard, friends, because I know the yeah buts rise up for me. Yeah, but that's way worse than, we want to rank other people's shortcomings or sin. You want to use a tainted theological word. Oh, I got a dragonfly visitor. Sorry. And, so the long and short of it is that casting blame doesn't really get us anywhere, whether we're casting it at others or ourselves, trying to shame others or shame ourselves. But the reality is that a gentle, inclusive, loving approach that makes space for our shortcomings, but also attempts to make amends for them, that attempts to curb them and become better people, to transform ever more into the image of God, or if that word is triggering for you, the image of love, of creation, of source, and sitting and trying to measure everybody else doesn't really do us any good. So friends, I hope you find some time today to be outside, even if it's a little damp. I hope you find some gentleness and kindness and peace within yourself. Start there. Love yourself well, and that gives you the potential energy to love others. And when you feel yourself starting to accumulate others' wrongdoings and make a list, you know that you're sliding into some blame and shame that won't do anybody any good, and instead do something that takes care and offers gentleness to yourself that you can then offer to others. Grace and peace, friends.